Hey soldiers, today I'll be giving you a quick brief on the first assault rifle available in Battlefield 4, the AK-12. Now this is more about the origin of this rifle, its real life aspects, and where we might see it on the battlefield today. If you're looking for an in-game review, be sure to subscribe because I'm definitely going to be coming out with those later on. Now if you're new to this channel, you might be asking yourself, why the hell do I care about the real life aspects of this weapon? And to that I say, first, this is a firearm enthusiast channel. We really like guns here. And even if you're not a firearm enthusiast, let's just say you want to do better in the game, it's important to note that developers these days are portraying these weapons more accurately than ever before. They're not doing a perfect job, in a lot of cases they do a bad job, but they're doing better than they ever have before. And they're getting their hands on these weapons and doing their research before they even consider design and gameplay balances. So it's my belief that the more you know about these weapons in real life, the more you're going to know what that weapon is capable of, where it fits on the battlefield, and how it will perform in different engagements. Like I said, the developers don't always get it right, but I think it can't hurt. And in any case, it's better to know about these weapons that you're using for hours on end, instead of talking about a weapon like you have intimate knowledge just because of a game. It helps you not sound like an idiot. Now the AK-12 is an interesting rifle, and something that's actually very new. Previously it was known as the AK-200 when it was in its prototype series, so this is the latest series of the Kalashnikov series of rifles, and they're legendary in their own right. I mean, just the name AK is utterly familiar to everybody. It's the weapon of the world, the AK-47, the AK-74. It just performs in any scenario, any engagement. Very, very dependable. And it's no surprise that we see it in Battlefield 4. Now we are seeing what is to replace the AK-74M in Battlefield 3, which is accurate to real life. This is going to replace the AK series of rifles for the Russian Federation, of which it was designed and developed. And I have to say, I really appreciate the direction that they're taking with the AK series. It's becoming much more versatile and also much more ambidextrous. Notice that ambidextrous selector lever that's now on the side, the thumb-activated selector lever. They're moving in a lot of the directions that the AR-15 platform has moved. Picatinny rails. Instead of having the iron sights on the front of the receiver, they're now on the rear of the receiver. We can't see that here because we're using one of the red dot sights that's available. They've also done a lot to improve its accuracy by improving the rifling of the barrel, and it also features a new muzzle brake, which is supposed to help with accuracy. It's also very versatile in the calibers that it can use. They're even stating that you're going to be able to interchange barrels and calibers. That's insane. Using 4 different types of calibers. The 5.45 by 39mm Soviet round, that's kind of standard for the AK series. Then we have the 5.56 by 45mm NATO round, so it also uses the NATO round. That's one of the things that turns a lot of people off from this particular rifle, at least in America from a civilian standpoint, is that the rounds would probably be a little bit more difficult to get a hold of. But if you can interchange the calibers, that's a great improvement to the system. It can also use the 7.62 by 39mm and the 7.62 by 51mm, which is our NATO round. So very interchangeable in the calibers, very versatile, very modular. The AK series was kind of known as being extremely rugged, non-modular, but very, very dependable and cheap to make. But now they're moving into this sleek and sexy phase with the AK platform, and it's really nice to see. Now in game, I highly doubt we're seeing any of that interchangeable barrel and caliber mess going on. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's using the 5.45 by 39mm standard Soviet round. It would just make the most sense. I highly doubt it's using the 5.56 NATO round. I just don't see that happening in the game, and it certainly feels like it's the standard Soviet round. Now in real life, it does fire at 600 rounds per minute on full auto, but in the 3-round burst mode, which is interesting, it fires at 1,000 rounds per minute. So significantly faster in the 3-round burst mode. I'm not sure if we see that in game. I'll have to dig into that for my in-game review of this weapon. Now as far as its history, it hasn't seen any wars just yet, mostly because it's still in testing. It has been given its full designation of the AK-12. It is going to be issued out soon to the Russian Federation, but not just yet. So we haven't seen it in any wars. We haven't seen it in many movies, none that I can think of. And we haven't seen it in many video games. We have seen it in Ghost Recon Future Soldier. It is going to be in Call of Duty Ghosts. So I see that this is going to be a popular weapon. very shortly. As far as where I see this thing fitting in on the battlefield based off of its real life aspects, it all comes down to it being a standard, very dependable assault rifle in rate of fire, in its effective range, in its magazine count, in its knockdown power, all something that's standard but very dependable. I think it's going to be a popular choice in Battlefield 4. And I also think it was an appropriate choice as your first assault rifle, as like the first rifle that you experience in the game. It's a jack of all trades, master of none kind of rifle. In any case, I hope this quick video helped you get a better understanding of the AK-12, why the developers thought it was important to put this into the game, what kind of ideas they had in according to its real life aspects, and if it's right for your playstyle. But that's all I have for this video. Until the next one, this is Sergeant Merrill, out here.